Welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Yes, James. James.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to start off by telling you the song that fired up in my car today. For those of you who listen to the show and are longtime listeners, you know that every day I get in my car, it is a time machine of whatever is on my phone, right?
Yeah.
A song will just automatically start playing. I'm one of those people who has had Apple products for 20 years or whatever it is, right? Therefore, everything has been transferred from a computer. I use an old computer because I enjoy writing on it. I like the way the keys feel because they're bigger, right?
Sure.
This computer is probably from 2013, I would say. It's a piece of shit. I'm fine with saying that, right? But with that, it has held every single song that I've ever downloaded from Napster, LimeWire, bought. I used to put CDs into this and upload them before Apple Music existed. You name it, right? Also movies. Whenever, I've been working with music supervisors, they just dump songs in folders, so those are all in the shit as well. There's probably 15 or 20,000 songs along the way that are on my phone / hard drive.
Would love to hear the song.
Yeah.
I would love to hear the song.
Well, here's why. So I'm trying to figure out what year this was. Today's was John Mayer, In Repair.
Don't know it.
Come on. I'm
Sing a couple
in
bars.
repair. I'm not together, but I'm getting there. It's a
Not familiar.
fucking anthem. Like
Sorry.
I got caught up in it today, James.
Did you?
Yes.
It sometimes seems that it like correlates with how we're feeling too. Like sometimes we'll get in the car and it'll be like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like this is the exact right song for this moment.
So
How did iTunes know that?
before I got into the car, I was in the house asking the plumber to fix some faucet.
To
or whatever,
repair
right?
something?
Yeah, to repair a faucet, which he could not do because we're in Wilmington and that's the Wilmington way.
Ugh.
Oh man, I don't know. You probably want to
Man.
have to get a tile guy in there before I can do my job. Every
Man.
single person in this town, we call it the Wilmington way. They want you to hire 8 other people so that they can do their job in like 10 minutes. And
No,
it's
so
like-
that they don't. They don't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah. So I was
look,
like,
it ain't much better so far in Austin, but we'll see.
I was like, dude, why don't you just get the fuck out of here? I'll figure this out and I'll call
Sure.
somebody else. I hop in the car and then I'm in repair starts playing by John Mayer. I feel like I'm possibly controlled. Maybe I'm
Right.
controlled by an outside force or something like that. But that the only explanation that I have for you of why that song is downloaded on my phone is whatever year it was. That's I was going through a John Mayer phase, as all of us were.
I never did.
Really?
Yeah.
So you never had a man squire you after a date and throw on a John Mayer CD to get you in the mood or anything?
No.
It was a go-to.
No.
It was a go-to back in the day for a lot of dudes.
Was it?
Yeah. John Mayer at the time too, like Poon Hound Supreme, that guy. And I can only imagine during that CD, because after that, I just started fast forwarding. And I was like, what's the rest of this, And it was just Daughters. Remember Daughters?
I do remember Daughters, but that's pretty much the only thing I remember.
There's a bunch. I went through
Fathers speaking.
Yeah.
I think is what it is.
If you're watching on the YouTubes right now, go ahead and hammer that like button. Shoot us to the top of the algorithm right now. We got a new one in the room first. Today was Logan.
Yeah,
Logan
interesting.
LaPointe. He won.
Maybe Ruben got a little bit for his birthday and could not get it together. I mean, is he even in the room? Do we have eyes on Ruben?
Here's the thing. We're going early today because Daddy's got a flight to Austin this afternoon. We will be doing Drinkin Bros fake news after this today, going live with that as well. So you can stay tuned with us all day, which is a fun thing. And
am I returning to the news in the new studio, or am I fired?
It's up to you, Jabes. You know, it's up to you. You're the talent. You're the diva.
It's up to the people, I guess. I mean,
the people love you. The people love the Jables, dude. It's just up to your divaness, you know?
Excuse me?
Yeah, you're real. She's a podcast diva. A lot of people are calling you the Ellen DeGeneres of podcasts. That's what I'm hearing. So we'll see if there's any truth to that, you know?
You fucking bitch. Don't you dare call me fucking Ellen.
The Ellen of podcast is here with us today. Jessie, why, man? Don't look at her. Don't you look at her.
So I finally, you guys will be happy or sad to know, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I finally turned on the news today for the first time in like a week and a half. Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah.
How was it?
Same. Literally the same stories.
Yeah.
There was nothing different.
Well, we got
this hydroxychloroquine debunked video.
Yep.
And I saw it. I was like, okay, that's a different. I mean, that's something to think about, right? It's
sure.
all I thought.
Sure.
Something to think about. Maybe let's get more into the testing of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't see it anymore.
No, they pulled it down.
Can't even hear that.
27 million views.
You can't even hear another opinion.
No.
No. Because our tiny little pea brains can't fucking handle other possibilities.
And these are all doctors.
They'll wear the mask.
They're all doctors.
These are all doctors.
Yeah.
A bunch of doctors that have used this actual medication that we've heard. We've had a couple people on the show, one of which an ex-bachelor, right? Colton Underwood, that was like, yeah, I took it.
Yes.
And it helped. It cut it down to 3 days. I've felt a lot better. Like, it's something to look into. Not, I know it's the way, I know it's the answer, but it's something to look into. But you can't even say that because then people will stop wearing masks. So it's like, still wear the mask, whatever. If you get it, we're going to try this other avenue.
Yeah.
Nope.
And that video, by the way, got Donald Trump Jr. banned from Twitter for about 48 hours. Because they were saying it's fake news or something, it's fake or whatever. And it was like, who are you?
How is it fake, though?
Yeah. This has been the grand debate for the last 2 days. And these are all doctors. So it's like, when the media is controlling whatever they want to put out or whatever their narrative is, you don't have a choice. Twitter
feels like China to me. That was the first thing that felt exactly like China, where they're like, no, you can't even have this information.
Agreed.
You can't even hear this information. You will hear the information that we want you to hear.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Anything other than that, we will take down, we will ban, we will destroy, right?
So Facebook banned it. Twitter banned it. Donald Trump Jr. Retweeted the video. He got put in Twitter jail for 48 hours or whatever. So, he's off the platform for 48 hours. I don't get it, man. Unless you're a fucking doctor, Mark Zuckerberg or Jack Dorsey from Twitter, unless you guys are doctors yourselves, who are you to challenge other doctors at this point? Like, and again, I'd like to hear information from all sides, not just whatever you're fucking feeding me. But there's clearly been a conversation between these assholes that's leading up to the election and everything else. Today's news certainly isn't going to.
Like, why have I heard about this drug this entire time?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That name, hydroxychloroquine or whatever, has been in this conversation the entire time, but it just won't ever be explored. So they talked to the head of the FDA today, and he said, look, between a doctor and a patient, if you guys decide to use that, this drug has been approved by us.
Yeah.
We're just not approving it for an emergency use in this pandemic. But if you go to your doctor, you guys talk about it, and you guys decide to use this, it's fine.
Yeah.
The side effects are all out there. They've been out there for years because this has already been approved as a drug for something else.
Correct.
So you know it's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
So that was like the first piece of like, okay.
All of it, man. Look, we've been saying it for years here on the show. Like these companies like Twitter and Facebook are now so massive that they should become public utilities. And I think the freedom of speech should protect you underneath that. I realize they're private companies, but the world has changed. Technology has changed. And when you can control the narrative on all of these social media platforms, which is, the only way to get information out these days, unless you want to bring a soapbox out to your cross street and stand on the corner and yell. I don't know what you do, because I watched that video before it got pulled down. And, again, what was it? 50, 75 doctors that were there, and they all came out and spoke. And it was just like, I don't know if it works or if it doesn't work, but these are doctors, and I'm going to trust them. And I think it's certainly worth a look. Why that video needed to be banned is crazy to me. You're right. It feels like China. It feels like fucking China.
And did you see the all the tech heads going in front of Congress? Did you watch it at all?
Yeah, they're getting killed on there. I mean, look, part of the information that was out during Facebook's yesterday was, did you pressure Instagram into selling to you? And they said no. And they were like, well, we have records that say
There's
did.
Emails.
Yeah. And the email said, look, if you don't sell us your company, we will clone it and just recreate it underneath another name. So it's your call. And like, this is going on with all these fucking guys. Amazon, Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, all these guys. Like, when you control the top 3 tech companies, that's kind of it. Same with Apple and Tim Cook, whatever those fuckers are doing. It's the 4 of them and versus the world at this point. And
they did talk about like favoring certain developers of apps and not of others, and favoring certain things, which we know is actually true.
It's true. It's all true. Everything.
Even in our world. So yeah, I mean, the ultimate, the final, ending statement was, you guys need to be broken up. You're too big.
Yeah. And it's true.
At the very least, you need to be heavily, heavily regulated.
Yeah.
At the most, we need to break these companies up. This is not how this works.
But this is how this is working in all of society, and it's going to continue because, let's face it, a lot of these businesses aren't going to be able to survive during this pandemic and these shutdowns of off and on and everything else. We just heard the North Carolina schools are going all virtual this fall now. People are hiring nannies / tutors because they want their kids to continue on in school, which is fucking insanity to me. But I don't know where you hire another person in your household to do a job when chances are a lot of people are out of work at this point. With that being said, it's going to cause a lot of these small business owners to sell to bigger corporations throughout this. And I guarantee you over the course of the next 2 years, Facebook is going to get stronger. Instagram's going to get stronger. Fucking Twitter, all these, because they're going to be able to buy all these things and people and bullshit. They bought the algorithm for news apps. And like, if you go through what they're really buying up behind the scenes, some of these are like tiny little companies or startups and things like that where they're like, oh, hey, we're just going to rip this out of your hands because we know you can't afford it. And same in the media. With the media, shit, AT&T owns, and Trump tried to break that up. He tried to break that company up and said, dude, we can't be down to just AT&T and Sprint at this point, or Verizon, I guess, because they own DirecTV now. DirecTV's got to deal with the NFL. Therefore, AT&T has a partnership with the NFL and everything else. And it's like, we're down to 3 phone companies. We're virtually down to 4 airlines. We're going to be down to about 4 movie studios soon.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? It's all a fucking monopoly across the board, and these guys are only going to be able to put the foot right into your asshole even deeper now.
Should I sit in this chair?
Dude, we had some people write in. They were like, man, is Jabes leaving clues? Like she's in a child's chair?
guys. Don't want to show too much leg, but. Where am I? Find where I am. Look at how little this chair is. God.
Find James, man. We're gonna be thrown into the Tom Hanks category of like, man, they've been leaving clues all the.
I'm in Greece. Yeah.
It was a child's chair in the last episode. They've been leaving clues this entire time about where they could find their next human traffic victim.
Hey, brother. At this point, traffic me. I'm bored. You know what I mean? Get traffic. Maybe I'll get to go on the bottom of a boat or something.
Yeah, with a little glass bottom boat for Jabes.
Joking.
So she
You
can
can't
see
joke about that.
the fish. No, you can't. You can't, Jabes.
You can't joke about that. Okay?
And you can't joke about the next story here. Herman Cain passed away. You might remember him as the Godfather CEO, which was my favorite pizza as a child. Godfather's Pizza was my favorite of all time.
Okay.
It was the best. I loved going to Godfather's Pizza.
Was that an Ohio thing?
No, it was Georgia. And so Chattanooga. I used to get it. There was one open in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
My dad lived there. So, like, I used to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee for the summers. He had custody of me. And, like, first stop was always Godfather's Pizzas. Let's go to Godfather's.
Godfather's.
I loved it. Anyways, he was the CEO of Godfather's. And then he ran for president in 2012. Man, he died from coronavirus. He's in Trump's cabinet, and he was one of the guys who had said, we're not wearing masks, we're going to this rally, and the coronavirus is essentially not real, you know?
Right.
Trump's not having a good time
one.
right now. This has been a real tough 5 months for Trump here. He's 74 years old, okay? So, look, he is certainly in the age range that could contract the coronavirus.
We can agree he probably should have worn a mask, right?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes. You're in that age group.
Let's just put that out there.
Correct. Yeah. He's been in the hospital since June 29th. That's when he was diagnosed. So he's been in the hospital for a while. And it's been one of those stories that keeps peeking his little head up over the last, like, every week. It's like, hey, man,
he's still
Herman
hospitalized.
Cain still in the hospital?
Yeah.
Still in the hospital. Look, he was known as kind of a weird guy, kind of oddly funny and everything else, but this is certainly tragic news. But he's in that age range. He is 74 years old, and, that is not.
He's not 77?
No, it is saying that he died at the age of 74 here.
Okay.
In the Wall Street Journal.
No, Richard, he's not 77, okay?
Yeah. Was that a listener who wrote in and said that? Big dicked enough?
Yeah, he's just trying to fucking cause trouble, dude.
Dog, he was 74.
That's classic Richard, dude.
No, that's
causing problems.
That's definitely not true, Richard. He was 74 years old, and look, I can promise you this, because this just happened maybe 30 minutes ago. I can promise you, with all that is holy, the Democratic Party is going to use this to their advantage. Maybe about give them an hour right now, because they're going to say, "We told you, Trump doesn't believe it, and he's ruining the country." Blah blah blah. The guy was 74 years old. If it was a baby, if it was a tiny little baby, maybe, but he should have been wearing a mask and at that age, and probably should have limited his public appearances. He was at the rally in Tulsa. Now, whether or not he got it at that rally, there's a lot of speculation on that. I don't know. But he was there. He wasn't wearing a mask. And, it's not the smartest idea. I will say this. Trump got lucky by canceling his own convention in Jacksonville about a week ago, because this certainly would have come back to fucking haunt him now. But, boy, tough one. That is a tough one, because, that is the first member of his cabinet to die. So from the coronavirus, and I can promise you the Democrats are going to be jumping on this one. So we'll see. The other thing they're jumping on today was Trump has floated the idea of delaying the vote from November 3rd so people could be there in person. There's a lot of reports coming out of different cities that they have had problems with voter fraud in the past. And some of the cities are asking for, if there is going to be mail-in balloting, we need to change the system and blah, 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 blah. Everybody still wants to vote in person. And he floated the idea of delaying the vote. From a legal standpoint, I looked into this. Like, the Congress has to approve that. It's not something the president can do. I don't think it'll happen. It was a hypothetical question, I think, on Twitter of whether or not people wanted the vote delayed. I do not think that anyone in this country wants the vote delayed on both parties, both sides, Republican and Democrat. Matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. I think everybody just wants this election over with, myself included. I just want to know who wins and then move on with my life for the next 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to delay this. I don't want to push this. I think it's going to be delayed enough anyways, just from mail balloting, people sending in votes and things like that. Or unless you're CNN and you believe that, Biden really is up by 14, which I don't. I don't believe that. Otherwise, I think this is going to be razor thin on election night. And this is going to go deep into the night, possibly another week. We'll see how the votes clock in that night. We'll be doing a live show from Austin, Texas, for the election all night, which will be fun.
We hope.
James, the correspondent, is going to be. No, I mean, we will. Whether or not it'll be at a bar or not is a different story, but we will be doing a live show that night. So
I will be a correspondent. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, you'll be on the case all night,
Yeah, obviously I'll have to be on the case of wine.
Yeah, and we're going to have to dress you up like a little tiny correspondent, Some wire rim glasses, I've
got it. I've got the outfit.
A pantsuit. Bring it with you because you'll be wearing it on election night, James.
Tell Giorgio to give you those glasses that he's wearing.
Yeah. I saw those. Were those James?
I'm wearing everything I found in the studio.
Everything he found in the studio. So therefore, you should bring those to Tejas during the move next week. I will not tolerate any Godfather's Pizza slander, by the way. I want everyone to know that. If you come after me for Godfather's, we are not friends. And I doubt you've had the pizza. I doubt, Godfather's was a thing back in the 80s, and only a couple restaurants kind of hung in there over the years. So you got to be an OG homie to know what Godfather's pizza is. But delish, Jabes.
Soup's delicious.
It was a higher end pizza, so it was above a Pizza Hut and like a Domino's.
So maybe people that don't like it just don't understand
class. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Got it.
Yeah,
got it.
They don't like nice things. They don't like yachts. They don't like yachts. They don't like Godfather's pizza. They don't like gold trinkets.
Right.
Anklets. They're probably anti-anklets, and they just don't want to have a good time in life.
They're probably more into a sterling silver. Do you know what I mean? They're probably more into a titanium type thing.
So if you're not, on the Godfather train, then I'm sorry. I can't help you in this life. I definitely cannot help you in this life. We got a private group on Facebook, by the way, Ross Patterson Revolution.
Yeah.
Come to find out, you really can't say anything you want to in there. Facebook banned somebody yesterday. So,
for what?
I don't know. Some post, and I didn't get to see it. But Troy Potter, if you're listening, I'm not sure what you posted, but Facebook banned you. It definitely was not us. But
why don't you tell us?
I didn't know people looked into private groups and shit. So I guess they're monitored by someone.
100%.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So sorry, Troy. I didn't do it. I don't really care what people post.
Yeah.
As long as you're not racist or.
Maybe there was an admin that didn't. I don't know. I'm sure they have guidelines as far as their admin.
Well, look, Facebook has got their own shit. There's things that you can't post and things like that. So sorry about it, but you're welcome to join it and post all the crazy shit you want. Speaking of posting, I got tagged in about 1 million of them yesterday for Post Malone on Joe Rogan. So was I angry? Yes, I was. I was like, God damn it, I wanted the interview first, right? I wanted to fucking sit and rap with him. I watched it, and then I was not angry anymore.
Okay.
In case you haven't heard, apparently you have not heard what happened. Two of them decided to take mushrooms and do a 4-hour interview together.
Okay.
Yesterday.
And was that only interesting for the two people
in the room? Correct.
In the room.
Correct.
Okay.
Amundo. It would be, yeah. Look, mushrooms are a gift, and you have to have no children or just don't care about life for a couple days to take mushrooms and be like, all right, sweet. I'm gonna, enjoy my life and not think about anything. Problem is, you don't want that recorded. Like, there's no need for
God.
it. So I got through maybe 2.5 hours, and I'm a big Post Malone fan, obviously.
You made it through 2.5.
Well, it was on in the background. I was doing some contracts and shit like that on my computer, and every now and then I would just pop my head up and be like, man, are they really talking about this? One of the debates that lasted a good 10 to 20 minutes was, what do you think the world's largest bug is?
Whoa.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. And the beauty of it is like Post Malone had watched Rogan so much that he was like, Jamie, fact check this for me, please. Jamie, can you?
Oh my God.
Jamie, can you look up the world's largest bug? And so there was a debate going on where, Post Malone was like, I don't know, man. I'm going to say a foot long, And Rogan was like, I don't know, man. Maybe a foot and a half, maybe 4 feet.
Nope.
What do you think the world's largest bug is?
Nope.
And then Jamie would answer. And I don't know much about Jamie at all, but I don't even know if he hates his life and he's just trapped there, because that's what it seems like. Or it's just like, what?
I think he's living the dream, but yeah.
I can't tell. He's like Dan, where he has no facial expressions. Everything is monotone, and you're like, man, either you're having the greatest time of your life. They did. So they showed him yesterday, and it was a medium shot. You get to see from chest up.
Okay, that's new.
Yeah,
showing him.
Yeah. So he was on there, and he's just googling, and he's just like, 11 inches. Huh? You don't say. 11 inches. Well, it was close with a foot. Man, that's crazy. Yeah. Could you imagine an 11-inch bug just eating your? I mean, it got into bugs eating you, and it is the type of conversation that everyone has on mushrooms. That is, you really have to be on mushrooms to be enjoying it or in the room with them during that interview. So I wasn't terribly upset by it.
Oh, right, yeah.
I will say this. He got up about halfway through the interview to piss. And when he came back, because he was wearing a hat, when he came back, he didn't have the hat on. So he shaved his head, and he now has what appears to be 14 brand new skull tattoos.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, no. So you saw the one, the skull that was on the side of his head.
No, I saw him getting another one.
Oh, yeah. So, dude, there's 14 more.
Yeah.
14 more. And he's got added 3 new little face tattoos underneath his eye. I was talking to a friend of mine last night who's friends with Post, and I go, will no one just tell him he's a good-looking dude and that this is all nonsense and unnecessary at this point? Post Malone.
What? Yeah. What did he say?
And he goes, no, there is nobody left. That is not a yes man at this point. And I was like, nah, I understand it. But somebody should tell him, hey, man.
Without hair, he looks quite scary.
Frightening. He looks frightening without hair.
Yeah.
And he's got good hair. Fucking grow your hair out. What are you doing?
Great hair. Cute guy.
I don't understand.
Great looking.
Get good looking dude in real life. I don't understand with all the shit. If I was his people or his best friend, I'd be like, hey, man, I think you should probably pump the brakes on the tattoos and the face tattoos and shit. You're a pretty good looking dude, and now you're going to turn into one of those guys who works at a head shop, named Darth Vapor, and you're going to be, telling people about, you're going to want that acai berry vape. It's real smooth, you're starting to get into the guy who runs a vape shop now at this point, instead of the world's biggest rock star.
Right.
But I asked my buddy, I was like, what's the new album like? Because I was like, maybe he's just fucking losing his mind. And he goes, no. He goes, the new album is amazing. All rock is what he said. And I was like, ooh. I was like, look, as long as he doesn't miss, because they were listening to the show yesterday when I was talking about Taylor Swift. And I was like, look, if you don't miss, you can do whatever you want. That's why people put up with Taylor Swift's bullshit, because she doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Same with Post Malone. He can get fucking 400 face tattoos if he wants, as long as he's not missing. As soon as he starts
I say that about everything. Actors.
Yeah, but as soon as you slip, that's it. Then the rest of it comes back on you of like, oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. But there's certain people like, and I've said it forever, like Lindsay Lohan can do the same drugs as Robert Downey Jr. I never want to fucking see Lindsay Lohan again. Robert Downey Jr., no matter what he fucking does, I mean, not recently, but back in the day.
Yeah.
I prefer him on drugs, to be honest with you, but it was all forgotten, right?
Yeah.
He would do one role that was like amazing, and you're like, I don't even remember him in a crib, dude. In a baby's crib, like in a stranger's house. Like, I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
So good content, amazing talent. Like, there are certain people, and I say this too, like there are certain people that are so good, I expect them to have a little bit of fucking weirdness behind the scenes. Like Post Malone, like I don't expect him to be a normal fucking dude. Like he's tortured, he's weird, he's genius. He like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want him to be settle down.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want him to stop getting tattoos. Like that is him. But
same with John Mayer, you know?
What about it?
Like, I think he's tortured too. Like he's clearly getting his dick sucked by Andy Cohen. They're together all over the world, everywhere they go, just having brunches at in Andy's hotel room, and Andy's always wearing a bathrobe. And you know, as I was listening to Mayer on the way over here, like we talked about at the top, Japes.
We did.
Tortured Soul.
I was hoping to get back to that. Yeah, because I was fascinated.
Tortured Soul, that John Mayer. I'm in repair. I'm not together. It's those faces that he makes. I think it's the faces that killed his career.
I think so.
When he sings, it looks like he's got cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
He looks like the cousin on Facts of Life. Blair's cousin on Facts of Life when he sings. If you don't know who that is, you should Google that picture and then just live with that the rest of the week. But when he sings, he sounds like Blair's cousin from Facts of Life. Nothing we can do with that. But he's got a hog on him though, and that's important. The guy's got a two-hander on him, so
that might be hard to deal with.
Yeah,
but anyway,
that might be part of his struggles, James, his depression.
Yeah, because that's sad to have one that big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just dragging your big dumb dick around all over these streets.
Yep.
I get some news that I wanted to ask you about. There was an earthquake in L.A. Did you feel
Didn't feel it, brother.
Really?
I was pissed. I'm only in California for a little while. I have a couple days left, and like, you know, it would have been cool to feel that earthquake.
4.5 shaking through you.
Pretty normal out here, you know. It'd be like being in a hurricane out there.
I guess, but a 4.5 is pretty big. I was trying to think of the biggest one I was in LA, and I think it was a 4.2, and I was shook. I was like, "Oh shit, this feels pretty big."
So it was right by Northridge, which was the biggest.
That was the
one that I remember.
7.2 one years ago.
Yeah. So that one was insane, and that's the one that I felt. Other than that, it's sort of just like, oh, was it? I guess that was an earthquake. You know, a 4.
Yeah.
Anything under a 5.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not right in the eye of the tiger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't, unfortunately. It was like 4:30 in the morning.
Man.
Like
so nothing shook your tits with a 4.2.
Nothing shook the tits around, and like they did, I guess, but I was sleeping.
Yeah.
You know?
You were in fucking snooze land.
I was in snooze land. Even with the Northridge, like the hill had to be coming down behind my house, which it was, in order for me to even like think about walking out of the house. So.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Dude, it was gnarly.
I bet. Everybody in LA always talks about that earthquake. They're like, oh man, that was the real big one. And if that hit the city, if right now, if that hit the city of downtown LA, forget it. With all the shit that's going on in Los Angeles, that city, that would be it. You could
that would be it.
That would be that fucking Jake Gyllenhaal movie. And the day after tomorrow, where it's just like, all right, well, you might as well drive your car through Tower Records or whatever, do whatever you want at that point, because it's not going to matter.
Right.
I was trying to think today. I was like, man, what else is 2020 going to give us, right? After this Herman Cain sitch too, and I was like, what else are we possibly going to do? Earthquake, check. Woke up, I saw that, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, LA, of course,
right.
Of course they're going to get a huge earthquake, right?
Sure.
And I was like, what else? RBG. If you throw a little RBG on the fire right now, that would really send 2020 to the next gear. So
she is on the fire. I mean, if
crazy enough, Jabes, we talked about this story last week that she was back in the hospital, right?
Yep.
She got out, and then last night, Jabes,
she's back in.
Back in.
Yeah.
And they're saying that she will be out at the end of the week, perhaps. There was a problem with her stent for a heart or some bile duct thing, and I was just like, my God, man.
I'm wondering why they don't have in-house care for her. Like,
I'm not sure.
If someone doesn't just get that together.
But these surgeries, you still have to go to a hospital for them. So
sure,
it's like,
but they keep letting her out, dude, and she has to go right back in. This has happened before, and you're like,
she's not leaving.
Okay.
She's like DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. She's not fucking leaving. She's not fucking leaving.
Yeah.
RBG's not fucking leaving. So you can get used to that, or she's just her tiny little body's going to kick out. She's about 90 pounds at this point, and I'm not sure how she's doing it. I almost feel as if there's some form of conspiracy going on behind the scenes in the Democratic Party, where maybe they're slowly building her, replacing her organs with 3D organs, and they're building her into a robot. Robo.
BG. Ro BG.
Ro BG, dude. The Ro BG 2000.
The Robe.
She's slowly being built, and I think if we were to give an X-ray scan to RBG, I think you're going to find a lot of plastic and metal parts inside that body.
Right.
A
lot more plastic and metal than real organs. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I don't know how she's surviving this, but she has cancer. Could she make it through the election? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but that would be peak 2020 at that point, And I know I say that twice a week, but why not?
Why not?
Why not, James? Because the rest of the news today is goddamn awful. The GDP plunged a record 32.9% since the coronavirus. It is the worst ever in the history of our country, going back to the 1920s. So that's a fun thing. And yeah, jobless report, another one that just dropped 20 minutes ago. We're in the fucking eye of the hurricane as far as breaking news stories right now, James.
We really are.
1.4 million jobless claims, which has risen for a second straight week. This is obviously
1.2, I think.
Yeah. And we talked about the CAA story. You can throw another 400 to that next week. So it's not good. None of it's good, Jabes. But we will be in Austin this weekend. See if we got rugs in the house.
Carpet?
Find out. Yeah, carpet.
Rugs. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I'm thankfully I'm scrappy, right? So it's like it is what it is.
Yeah. Definitely.
We're gonna work out whatever.
Easiest job on the planet. And did we tell the audience yesterday that somebody came in and put just the wrong carpet for the entire house?
So yesterday I started the show. Yeah, done. They actually only had 2 more stairs left at the bottom, which they left undone is another part of it. But I have a picture of a Mexican guy sitting on the stairs with them half done and him looking at camera just like,
why?
Because I needed, who was it? I'm not going to say her name either, but the realtor sent me a picture of like, oh shit. Right. And so it was like pictures of the top and then pictures of the stairs, and it's half done. And there's just one guy like, eesh, putting in the wrong carpet.
Here's what happens, by the way. Here's what happens, by the way. When you put the wrong carpet inside someone's house, because it's brand new, right? And it was all in. It was done. They had vacuumed
that whole fucking thing.
They had vacuumed. They had done everything, right? And
but not to mention the carpet that they put in the other people's house. So now that's fucking ruined. So they've just like lost. I mean, on this job, they have lost so much fucking money. So sorry about that. But the only thing I can say to this is do your fucking job. Stop doing drugs. Get a little bit of sleep. Look at your fucking orders. Look at numbers. I mean, it's all numbers.
Look at the color.
Everything's fucking numbered.
Look at the color scheme.
Look at the color.
Yeah.
Look inside the house and go, gosh, the walls are this and this and this. Doesn't seem right, but here we go.
Here we go. The beauty of it is, as I said, look, what if the new carpet's not in by the time I get there tomorrow, right? And they were like, well, there is carpet down. And I was like, sweet. So what do I tell the movers? Just to put all the furniture in over this carpet and you guys are going to remove it afterwards? And they were like, well, yeah. And I was like, huh. You're going to have to take it all apart and do all that other shit. And they go, yeah, but the beauty of it is you can do whatever you want to the carpet. And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, you could throw wine on it, beers, you could have a party. And I was like,
bro,
why would I want to do that?
Why do we want to do that? We're trying to put our fucking house together.
Yeah, and they go, because you can. They're throwing out the carpet anyways. They can't reuse it. So, you could dump out whatever you wanted on it. I was like, look, man.
All right, so we'll take shits on it before you guys are able to, and you guys can live with that as you're ripping it out.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's
I'm going to go to Taco Bell, get my entire family, all the items that are about to be canceled off the menu, all 9 of them. We're going to eat as a family, Taco Bell, your mother included, and everybody just kind of pick a room, take a shit, and enjoy yourself. No toilet paper. All you have to do is wipe your ass on the carpet because it's not going to be used again, so they don't give a shit about what happens to it.
Right.
So why not? Just spread
I just
the
don't
cheeks.
see that's someone trying to find an upside where there is none, right? Like someone trying to fucking fuck all over this shit. Like, okay, that's not at all what I want to do. Like, not for 1 second.
No, not at all.
What I want is the carpet that I fucking ordered.
Yeah. Although I will say this. I have yet to spread my cheeks and
and take a shit.
Run it through the old picket fence after taking a shit. So I've never wiped my ass on someone else's carpet before, so that could be a fun thing. I was trying to think of like what's the worst thing we did to a house like after it got fucked up, and it was college where Tristan's house, a good bee fry of mine. He lived next door to me, and they were like, look, we're not giving back your security deposit. They've sold the house, and that's not part of the thing, and blah 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 blah. So it was like, all right, so you're just gonna keep this $2,700 or whatever it was. And they were like, yeah. So sorry, the new owner's here, and
so
we don't have the money anymore. We spent it or whatever. And it was like, great. So is everybody moving out at the end of the month? And they were like, yeah. I was like, oh, fantastic. Well, I'm sure we'll leave it in great shape for the new owners since we didn't get that security deposit back. Cut 2, we went to White Castle. Sure. Everybody slidered up, and we opened up all the air vents in the floors, everywhere else, and we had about 12 to 15 people piss and shit and all of those.
Oh my God.
And then we turned up the heat as high as it would go, so that way you could really jack up that dookie smell in the house. And because when we called the guy who had sold it and didn't give the security deposit back, we just said, hey man, so we're ready for the inspection, but obviously you've kept the security deposits and you don't have it anymore, so we figured that would probably be about $2,700 worth in damage. That way, we were on
You deserve everything that's happening to you.
So we were on that code
Ross.
of Hammurabi shit. For sure. Eye for an eye on that one. Eye for an eye on that one.
You deserve everything that's happening right now.
You can't just steal people's money like that. That's fucking crazy. It's crazy.
You can't just piss and shit in people's houses that they didn't have anything to do with you getting the...
No, they did. Because we talked to the owners and we said, hey, man, we rented this and blah, 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 blah. And like, that should have been part of, whenever you sell a house.
Security deposit back?
Should be part of it.
You...
Should be part of it. Yes. You can't just take that money. That's crazy. You can't just steal from people. Like, that's not a thing. So typically there's repercussions that have to be paid for, and that's one of them.
Right.
Just a hot, steaming pile of dookie wafting through the heating vents. Sorry about it, not sorry about it. It happened now, you've got to live with it. LA's been infamous for doing that, though. I mean, shit, I get rung up for paint and something else in one of my places, and
they were tearing the building
down. They demolished
the
building. They knocked it down to the. And I was like, "Yo, why are you taking that out of the thing?" Well, we painted it, and it's going to be open for a good 48 hours before they come in with that wrecking ball to demolish the place. And I was like, "This is a real thing."
Yeah.
Is that really happening? The worst story though was when we rented a place in LA. I think my second or third year there, we rented this huge house. It was gorgeous. It was in Hancock Park, and it was great. I'm not sure if I told this story on air or just to you privately, but after about 11 months, there was an eviction notice on the door, and it turned out that the landlord wasn't actually the real landlord for this house. He was. Oh no,
you did.
A squatter who had fucking rented it out, his squatting rights, and then just took all the money to as much as he could until finally the city came in and shut it down.
Brilliant.
Brilliant, crazy.
Hats off to that guy.
A tip of the cap, good sir.
Tip of the cap, good sir. You really got me.
Really,
you got me good.
Ready to financially move to the next level, brother. Great pyramid scheme. Great.
Sure.
You can do that a lot in L.A. Boy. I went through it this morning, signing some paperwork for squatters' rights and all that other shit. And they were like, look, if you rent it out, I guess for a year, people can squat in it and all that other shit. But if it's a rental property,
then 90 days.
Yeah, then they could throw you the fuck out. And I was like, all right, cool, man. Just checking. Because right now, if I was, let's say piss broke, poor, whatever, I'd
just
probably
do a beach rental and squatters' rights it
for a year and a half. Not gonna matter if you're not getting a job back and all that other shit.
Right.
It's like, sorry about it. But yeah, somebody did it. I can't say his name, but a friend of mine from college, he bought a bunch of places, and three of them got squatted in like that. And I was like, what do you do in a situation like that? And he goes, I did what you probably shouldn't do, but I did it anyways. He just hired fucking armed security to come in, kick in the doors at 4 a.m., take all their shit out.
Love it.
Yeah, and then they boarded it up.
This is my house.
Yeah. He owned like a series of like duplexes in Columbus, Ohio, and it's great. I was like, how much was that? How much was that muscle on that? He said, it was about $10K for that night, I was like,
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the job for the jump out boys.
Yeah,
you got to have some experience in that to kick open a door and obviously physically remove people from a house. So yeah, 10K's pretty stock standard, I would imagine.
Right.
We got a bunch of former military listening. Write in the comments if you've ever done it or if you're for hire. You never know when you're going to need it, and I like to have a guy like that on my team.
Ooh, yes,
tucked in my back pockets. I need a cleaner
for this carpet guy.
I
would love to fucking send someone over there.
Look, there's a lot of people in this life that I'd love to have the jump out boys on
Not
staff.
Me.
Yeah, me.
Just a couple.
Nah, I got a lot. I got a
list.
It
takes a lot.
I got a list that's longer than Santa's, James. That's I've checked more than twice.
And being a fucking coward on top of it, that really adds to it.
The people? Yeah. When somebody's just a pussy coward on top of it.
When someone's a little pussy that's fucking you over, ooh, dude, like hiding in a little fucking corner, that if you're right out in the open and you're like, this is a fucking deal.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what can I do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're a little pussy hiding in the corner behind another like girl.
Mm-hmm.
Pooh,
you know what I'd like to do in
over?
that? Yeah, when I in that situation when it's like a coward or like a pussy you're dealing with, I have dreams of murdering them in front of their family, like wife and kids, and then there's going to be a period of shock, and then inevitably the question is going to come up of why did you do this? Oh my God, why did you do this? And then just looking at him and be like, look, here's the deal. Your husband was a liar, and he was terrible at his job, and he was a coward and a pussy. And he's shivering, and now that leaves the family with the lasting memory of their father forever. And that's how dark I go in my mind, obviously.
Yeah, that was a little bit far, but Jesus.
Was it, James? It's our last show of the week. I think we got to go dark on the last show, on that Thursday show.
I really wish we wouldn't.
Riders, the little riders on the storm. Shit, we got sponsors, James, who pay for this show. First and foremost, talking about ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Just got some of the new mattresses in my house. The carpet is not down yet, so I want to give Rich Bernstein a shout out for the new mattresses from Ghostbed. Carpet's not down, so I haven't tested out the new mattress.
Quick question. Did you get pillows with them?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I did. I know we've
All
got
right,
like
we'll talk off air.
Fucking 80 at the house. Should I bring them with me?
Yeah, I mean, I got everything but pillows. I kind of thought, well, the deal is it's 25% off. We don't get the deals. We're just paying for the.
Yeah, we just pay. We pay.
We pay for the mattresses, by themselves.
Yeah,
so
we pay for our own shit. We don't.
There is 25% off right now plus 2 free pillows, and it kind of seems like everything they're doing.
Correct.
The pillows kind of get thrown in, so I'm just. We'll talk off air.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I know we have like 80 ghost pillows. They're amazing, and I have them saved. So if not, I'll bring them back next weekend. But
okay, perfect.
Either way, we can't live without the ghost pillows. Like I know I say this all the time. The pillows are just as good as the goddamn mattress, but they are. Otherwise, James wouldn't have got off on a fucking rant like that. Ugh, the Ellen of podcasts spoken again.
Rant like what? About what?
Just we didn't forget the pillows. See, I deal with the Ellen of podcasts every day. I come to the workplace and I'm intimidated.
I just asked a question.
I'm intimidated. I am shined upon. You call me honky a lot too, and you don't respect my non-binary views. And you are who you are. I'm going to talk to HR after the show, but in the meantime,
did you ever figure out if you were binary or non-binary?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm kind of leaving that open to interpretation to people. So, I haven't decided whether I'm non or binary yet. It's a big deal, and I'll probably have a reveal. Some form of gender reveal, some binary reveal one day. Maybe I'll do it on a Ghostbed. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Get 30% off if you're in the military, you're a first responder, teacher, or work in the government. Otherwise, you get 25% off everything in the entire store if you're regular dum-dums like ourselves. And 2 free pillows. As always, they got a 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. All those deals are applicable with the motherfucking 36-month pay-as-you-go program. Beautiful. Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com, James.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers.
Here it is, kids. Tasty, tiny little tin pouch. You rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available. If you're watching YouTube right now, hammer the like button and I'll throw this in the air. Boom. They got grape, they got orange, ridge, and lemon. I go grape or I go ridge, and I'm drinking some right now. Daddy needs it. I got to get it on another flight tonight. I am like
another flight.
People who are afraid of COVID's worst nightmare. I've been on like 9 flights in the last 2 weeks. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. They ship everywhere in the entire world. They get a subscription as well. I just get a 40-pack shipped to my house every month. I get it 4 years now. I've had it. It's the best. Promo code REVOLUTION, 20% off. No carbs, no sugars in that. Last but not least, jobless.
What do we got?
Postmates.
Yes. You know I'm going to be postmating to that new house pretty much all week, and I'm so excited.
Promo code REVOLUTION on Postmates app gets you $100 in free delivery fees. Best in the biz. Postmates will bring you anything you want these days. Condoms, cigars, Tom Hanks equipment, which is like mittens and little scarves, maybe some
little scarves, baby gloves,
some typewriter ribbon,
typewriter ribbon, a pacifier on the ground.
Yeah, a poop stick. Go to Postmates. It's a fun game. You can just order like a bunch of weird shit from CVS or whatever, man. They'll deliver anything. And with the delivery fees, you're only getting charged for the exact cost of whatever it is you're buying. So if you're going to Taco Bell.
So it's less than actually driving your car to get it.
Which is crazy to me. I don't know how they make money, but congratulations. Go to Postmates. Yeah. Promo code Revolution, $100 in free delivery fees. J-Bulls. Are you excited to be leaving California? Where's your head at here?
It's always a mixed bag. I mean, it is where I am, like we keep saying. I'm in Ventura, so I am not in Los Angeles. It's a completely different situation. Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous. The downtown is awesome. I went to Papa Lennon's last night, What's
Papa Lennon's?
So Papa Lennon's is my brother knocked up the daughter of this restaurant, which like is amazing.
Oh, right? Shit. So the
like
owner of the restaurant's daughter?
Yeah. So it's like this local, right? But the food is actually awesome.
That's what I'm saying. That's a great knockup.
Cool outdoor space, like tables they all made themselves. Great, fresh, awesome Italian food. So, I don't know. I want carpet in the house. My head's all over the place.
It really is. But your brother did well, and he's about to have a baby soon, right?
Yeah, they're on baby watch like right now.
What are they naming that thing? Have they come up with a name? Is it like it's not going to be like an Elon Musk baby sitch where it's just
no.
Okay.
No, it's going to be a cute like Ojai thing, right? Like
what's the name of it?
You know what I mean? It's going to be a cute Ojai thing, like a nickname that. A weird nickname.
Spooky? That's
going to be your first name.
Sure. What is it?
I don't know.
Yes,
I'll tell you off air.
You do know, Jessie.
I know they haven't said, but they're going between a couple different names.
Okay, and they're weird?
They're not weird. I think they're cute.
Okay. All right.
The last one I heard was Ravi.
Oh yeah. I knew a Ravi actually in LA.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's cool. It's Ohio.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
bad.
Trying too hard.
Yeah, why you were?
Look,
you
we're all
seemed a little
hippies.
gun shy there. Yeah, it's not like you named the kid.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't.
Juice muffin.
I don't know if I'm talking out of school or whatever.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah. Again,
they have not decided. So I think they're gonna do the thing where when the baby's born, they're gonna the name's gonna come to them.
Right. I understand.
Like it either looks like something.
The reason why I bring it up is my second most hated couple, I think. They're second in my book. Russell Wilson and Ciara had their baby.
Who's your first? I have two other ones.
Chrissy Teigen and John Legend.
Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. Oh, shit. I would put them in there, too.
Yeah, that's number one. And then Russell Wilson and Ciara are number two for me.
Nick Jonas and
the Bollywood
Priyanka
chick. Yeah.
Are probably number one.
Ooh.
Cringiest, most ridiculous. I don't get it.
I don't follow any of their shit.
I don't like their whole shit. Very contrived, very weird. If you told me they were involved in some kind of something, 100% I would believe it.
Okay.
And then Chris Pratt and Schwarzenegger.
What's their fucking sitch?
I don't know, man. They're cringy and weird, and it's just fucking weird. And I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't, and I'm not. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna run the baby name by you for Russell Wilson and Ciara. Obviously, he is the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. You named the baby Win.
W-I-N?
Yes.
W-Y-N.
No. I-N is in win the fucking game.
At this point, at this point, what would surprise me?
I was shy. I was
nothing.
like, win Russell. Win Russell. Just win. Win Russell. Win.
Yeah, but
win,
what if
Russell.
He's a loser?
No, that's the thing, man. You can't. It's tough. It's tough to name your some friends of ours named their kid Legend. Remember that?
Yeah, but he's turning out to be
A legend?
everything of the sort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. As
Super
long as he is.
cute.
As long as he is. Good.
Catching like huge fish. Like he's doing good. He's doing good. And then their other daughter, Goldie.
Yeah, it's a great
which
name.
is the cutest name of all time.
It's a great name.
She's a doll. So there's ways to do it, but gosh, you gotta be
very specific.
Really
You've got to be really goddamn
self-aware.
good at sports. Yeah.
You have to be good at sports. You have to be. I mean, he's gonna be rich, I guess, so he'll be fine with that. But, whew.
Yeah.
Woof.
So we got tagged in a bunch of those articles, and I was like, oh boy, of course they did that. Of course, those two little dinglings did it. So, congratulations, I guess. Win. Oh.
But if he keeps losing, oh my gosh, like, dude.
Great.
It's gonna be great because all those. It's just gonna be something you can say forever.
Yeah. I want to talk about Michelle Obama's new podcast. They're really, really pushing this on Spotify. And
yeah, because it's not on iTunes, by the way.
No, it is exclusive to Spotify.
Yeah.
And I read an interesting article about it because what they're doing is buying out the top of Twitter. So you can buy out the top hashtag of Twitter, right?
Okay.
It's expensive to do, obviously, for the day. Big movies do it a lot. Podcaster. Spotify backed up the truck to get them to do podcasts, right?
Right.
Not only did they sign a $65 million deal for their books, they signed a huge deal with Spotify for their podcast, and then they have that Netflix deal that's like $100 million. It's strange. So I listened to the first episode just because I wanted to get a feel for what it is, because I can't remember a president or a first lady having a radio show after leaving office. But here we are, right? Mm-hmm. I've always said this on the show that I think Obama was the one that turned the office of president into more of a celebrity position, which brought on the age of Trump, in my opinion. When he was going on Jimmy Fallon and doing sketches and all that other stuff, she was in the back of James Corden's cars doing carpool karaoke and things like that. I was like, all right, that's where we're headed with the office of the presidency. Now it's you're showing what is possible after you get out. I mean, you look at that Netflix deal; it was $100 million. The books were $65. I don't know what podcasts or Spotify paid for the podcast. I heard a rumor it was $10 million, but I'm not sure. And I listened to it, and it just seems like she's stumping for things, like it's a campaign thing. It's not an interesting talk show where she's sitting down with other women and having conversations. Maybe that's what it'll eventually be, but it just seems more or less like she's stumping for, like she's giving a speech for a first lady speech again. So I'm not sure what the intent is with that. But look, if you're going to tell me when the Trumps get out, they're going to have everything: reality show, podcasts, books, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or they're going to end up running themselves. I think Ivanka and Jared might run. Don Jr. might run. Mm-hmm. But that's what's going to happen. It seems surreal though that I was pressing a podcast for the first lady when I was like, oh.
Well, I mean, Joe Biden has one.
He does.
I think that's unprecedented as well. A president or a candidate.
Yeah. There's some others. Podcast. Look, there's some other people in politics who have podcasts. Dan Crenshaw has one. That's great. We the People is what I believe the name of it. What's up?
We hold these truths.
That's right. We hold these truths is the name of that. I apologize. Mm-hmm. That's the name of Dan Crenshaw's podcast. Is pretty good. And then Andrew Yang, Giorgio said, Yang Gang's got one. What's it called? Yang Speaks. Why not just go with Yang Gang on that one? Yang Speaks.
I get down with Yang Speaks.
Oh, have you listened to it?
Yeah.
How is he?
Oh, I'm a Yanger, dude. I'm a fucking.
Yeah, I know you're on the Yang Gang, and look, a lot of people like him. And I just don't know.
Not for president, not necessarily for president, but for
just as a person, yeah.
A consultant, if he could get in there and tell somebody what to do, and they listen to even half of the stuff.
Right. Right.
We might be in a little better shape as far as technologically advancing, right?
I agree. All I know was when he was running for president, all he said was, I'll give you $1,000 a month. I have $1,000 free a month. And it was, okay, cool. But what else do you believe in? Like, nothing. I didn't know anything else he did. But the podcast is good?
Yeah.
It is good. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good for him. Fuck. All right. Last story I want to talk about here is John Lewis died. The civil rights activist. He was a member of, he's been in politics for what feels like 50 years, maybe 60.
I think it was 65 years.
65 years at this point. 3 living presidents are going to go to the service. George Bush, Barack, and Bill Clinton. Are we not there yet that Bill Clinton shouldn't be going to anything? Like, people are really bitching about this on Twitter.
Okay, what's the problem?
I don't know. And he was photographed 9,000 times with Epstein and was in every single flight log. It appears as if Bill Clinton was just best friends with him. I mean, obviously, Ghislaine was in the wedding, Right. Or Ghislaine. Is it Ghislaine?
No, it's Ghislaine.
All right. When we were listening to Tim Dillon the other day.
Sorry.
Ghislaine. Ghislaine.
Yeah.
With everything that's come out, Bill Clinton should just try to sit these on out, I think. You know what I'm saying? No.
A real professional, as you know, hides in plain sight. A real G, a real professional, a real untouchable, if you will.
Yeah.
Gets to go wherever they want.
Yep.
Whenever they want.
So actually, he gave a speech today as well. He delivered one of the eulogies at the funeral.
Did?
Yeah. Man, nobody's going to say anything about that, huh?
I don't know. I mean,
it would be awesome if somebody just shouted out, Epstein didn't kill himself. Like, right, in the funeral. Because it's live on TV right now.
I think that this guy, though, I mean, I will say John Lewis is so beloved that I think nothing like that is even, even people commenting about Clinton, it's just sort of, okay.
Look, man, John
it's
Lewis.
It's just really not the fucking point right now.
John Lewis was, you're right, he was a beloved figure. It's just, it's strange you'd have Clinton in this right now with all that's going on. I would have called and made the call and say, hey, Bubba, why don't you sit this one out? Why don't you take the next couple plays off here?
And why didn't Trump go?
Well, he's busy doing other shit.
Excuse me?
Come on. He's busy doing other shit other than John Lewis hated him. Like they all hate Trump. So he hasn't gone to anything. He didn't go to Bob Dole's either, right? No. I like. Wait, was it Bob Dole or who passed away? Yeah,
it's a pussy move in my opinion.
No, the family did not want him there, so it was at their request. So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Because I think he was the one that made that statement. And I could be wrong. You feel free to fact check me on this, but I think he was the one that just said, President Trump will get reelected over my dead body.
Ooh.
I think that was John Lewis. It could have been somebody else and just another white person mistake here on my part, but fact check it. I believe he was one of the ones that said that. So yeah, there's bad blood across the parties.
Yeah.
They canceled the
true.
fucking unveiling of the portrait. Like allegedly Obama said I don't want to come.
Oh, by the way, it's McCain's funeral. Bob Dole is still alive.
Bob Dole, that's correct. And Bob Dole was the one who went to McCain's funeral, yeah.
Right, because they hated each other.
They hated each other, yeah. Look, Trump's
who said that?
Getting disinvited
Nico.
from everyone.
Thank you,
the Greco. So I understand it. It's a weird time we live in. We talked about Dave Portnoy taking a lot of heat from his own network for interviewing President Trump. Like, he's the president of the United States. So I don't know. Who knows? But I think this is going to keep happening more and more. And if this election does shake out in Trump's favor in November, all bets are off then at that point. Like, he won't be invited to fucking anything the way things are going. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
So it is what it is. But, we appreciate you guys stopping by every single day. We love seeing your shining faces through your keyboards. We love you so much. Our bone is so hard. The skin is so short. It's popping out of the skin. What? Sorry about that. Go to Ross Patterson Revolution on iTunes. Give us a quick 5-star and a review. That'll help scoot us on up the charts. Please do it. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dickhead out there. We need it. We need it. There's too many celebrities coming after James' position. Although she is the Ellen of podcasts, give her a 5-star. She's reprimanding me again. Call HR. I don't like the way I'm being treated. I don't like the way I'm being treated today by Jables. But for real, it really does help. So give us a quick review and then subscribe to Drinkin Bros podcast on YouTube. That encompasses all of our shows. Ross Patterson Revolution, Drinkin Broettes, Savage Saturdays, Drinkin Bros Sports. Everything is under the Drinkin Bros podcast on YouTube. As always, Jabes.
As always, find Jabes. I've got a bag.
Oh, you got a bag today. What else you got
I've got a wire and a baby seat.
And a baby chair today. So some people have written in saying your power charger for your Apple computer looks brand new. Is that something else that a new fun wrinkle you're throwing into?
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe you can get a receipt of where that transaction took place.
Yeah,
and,
zoom in to the exact model of this.
Hashtag find James. Well, next week you'll be in Texas, so you'll be in a different room.
In a different bunker. I'm being trafficked to Austin.
Yeah. You're being trafficked to Austin, and we will be live with you every single day next week as well. While we make the final move, we're moving the office a week from Friday, a week from tomorrow. We're moving the entire Wilmington office, and we will say our goodbyes to North Carolina. But we love you. We're here with you every single day while the new studio is being built in Austin, Texas. Tune in to Drinkin Bros Fake News, which will be live here in maybe 45 minutes. We'll be going live with you, so stay tuned with us. You look great, James. Can't wait to see you this weekend. Love you. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.